Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nuke here with another episode. Um, Today we're gonna go a very more practical route in terms of dating strategies and all this stuff. But anyways, we'll get right to it. Let me make sure. Guys, I figured out the super chatting issue. Apparently, I have to set my account up. There was a message that I overlooked on my account. I haven't been logging into YouTube very much besides um checking out other people's content, so I forgot to check my own. So that's where we're at. I should have it fixed by tomorrow. You guys can continue super chatting. So thanks for bringing that up. um you guys know where to find me: twitter.com Galileo Nuclear. I'll put my link tree in the chat here, and those are all my links. You guys can follow me on all on Instagram, Twitch. I have Patreon. I'm going to have another post on my Patreon. Patreon is like $6, $5. So you guys want to support me, you guys are welcome to support me there. If you are commenting from Twitch, I will automatically read your super chat. And yeah, guys. And then if you guys have any suggestions, comments, please post them below after the video. And yeah, thank you. That's the intro. Okay, so things are changing right now. Today's like the first day or one of the first weeks where temperatures are starting to drop below 70, right? This time of year, at least this week here in Texas. And things are changing. Like the patios are full of women. Everyone's out with their dogs. The parks are getting more full. Less people are trying to escape the heat because there's no more heat. Everyone's out and about. So us being these guys that want to win and have more success in dating, we want to use these seasonal changes to our advantage. And there is a lot more stuff than you think, that changes within like courting and mating and getting to know and their strategy as well. So we're gonna get into that, right? So what is the common theme with the holidays, right? When the temperatures start getting cold, you have holidays, all that stuff. The thing we like to call this cuffing season, right? I think it's a term made up a couple years ago or maybe a decade ago, where as soon as temperatures go down and there's no longer any more pool parties, any barbecues, lake la- uh lake days, all that stuff, beach days, people start really thinking about, as the temperature goes down, we go into like this kind of want to be closer to other people. We want to stay indoors more because the temperature. Also, the we have this desire to be more cozy, to be have our fireplace going, all that stuff, right? And we just want to you kind of want to settle down, and that's what it leads to, because you're spending a lot of time with a person inside and you're getting cozy and all that stuff, and you want to settle down. One second, guys, hold on. Yeah. So this becomes what's called the cuffing season. Cuffing season is basically, for women, it's a mini wall, right? It's a mini epiphany stage where they've partied all year, they've had their fun, and now it's time to lock down a guy, because believe it or not, being alone for the holidays is not as, you see a lot of confident women about being single and partying and shaking their ass and doing all this stuff, but when it comes to the holidays, the holidays hit people pretty hard still, right? We as a generation, as millennials, we're like the loneliest generation that ever existed. We kind of spend a lot more time alone than any other generation in history. And so when that's exacerbated by the holidays, by the different parties, the family outings, all that stuff, because there's a lot of things that change in terms of mood, right? So psychologically speaking, there's less sun, right? For most of the United States, there's less sun, so you don't get that mood boost from the sun. So you're going to have to So people already feeling like they enjoy the holidays, but there's this kind of like winter or fall sadness that people get, especially me. I think it's called seasonal affective disorder, where you just feel down in the dumps, right? Because you're used to getting kissed by the sun or hit by the sun every morning when you go out, right? And that's not to say that like every day is going to be dreary and gray, like, but definitely going to be more gray days or more overcast days because of the winter, right? And there's going to be less sun, um, right? And like Opium saying, like, the suicide rate spikes and all that. So it's a time in the year where people just don't want to be alone because they're a lot of times they're just depressed or they don't know what to do, right? With all this, with being indoors, so there's that issue, right? And then on top of that, there's the family issue, right? The holidays is a lot of times makes or break families. Families are reuniting for holidays for, lots of time off, and there'll be a week where you spend with family who you haven't seen all year, and that can wear people out. It either wears people out, or it really makes them happy. It makes them realize like, hey, I want a family. I want to be around this kind of warmth and love all the time. And so a lot of women feel this, right, from being having their whole year just partying and living the life, and then they get to a Thanksgiving, or they see all the couples with who are holding hands having pumpkin spice lattes at their coffee shop, or they keep inviting their friends out. Hey, let's go do this, and their friends are like, no, we're going into a haunted house. I went into the pumpkin patch with my boyfriend, and that loneliness for them really hits them because now they're slowly getting that kind of like mini epiphany phase they get every year, where they feel that warmth of their own family. They see all their girlfriends in relationships, and now they don't have any of that, right? Because they've chosen the career, they've chosen to be away from family, to move 1,000 miles away from their family. They've chosen to be single and have fun. But now all the a mini dose of those consequences are getting fed to them during the holidays, right? So that's why you have to kind of like, these are the things, these are the observations. This is all psychological, guys. We're not talking about like dating yet, but this is like, and men go through this too, especially in the military. We always got the talk like, hey, if you feel alone, if you feel like you can't, for the holidays, please reach out, blah blah blah. We'll work you to death, but please reach out if you feel lonely. So on and so forth. So another aspect of the holidays too is that there there is a there is a there is a party aspect to it, because there are Christmas parties, there's Halloween parties, there's all types of parties, right? But those parties aren't the same as like summer parties where you're partying on a yacht, where you're partying at a beach, you're partying at a pool. Those parties are different. They tend to be more, um how do I say, more like inside, more calmed down. They're not like crazy, shaking your ass on a yacht. They're more like, yeah, you took a lot of shots, you passed out or something. It's not it's a lower, more calmed down version of the partying people do during the summer at like say in Miami. You're not gonna have the same party you did in Miami during the summer than in Dallas on October, right? It's a different paradigm. So there's that too. So all these things, what does this have to do with dating as a guy? Um how is this going to affect your ability to meet women and how all that stuff? And I will say like everything, love, dating and love, all that is war, right? We're at war. If you guys read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which I have over there, and you equate it to dating, it's really similar, right? It's basically war, right? Obviously, we don't use violence, physical violence, but we do use like, the psychological. Where it's two opposing forces, and then the victor is you get a relationship, or the guy gets laid or something. You know, definitely comes down to that. So we're in the business of doing of practical information, that way we can at least be observant and keen to what's coming our way, especially for the more inexperienced guys. Right. Let me catch a couple of these chats. Um, all right. We got Opium Tales. Howdy, Nuke. I may or may not have to run depending on if Homeboy's free tonight. All right, no problem. Well, I'm happy you're here. Um, Chicks don't like being alone. That is true. G off 98. A woman told me she wants a baby from me, but not me. Oh, that's weird. Is this something you want to talk about, man? Um, that's very strange. That's, I wouldn't look at she's just trying to mess with your head, sounds like. I don't know what type of relationship you have with this woman, but if it's like a serious relationship, like you're committed, then that's break up. If it's just a girl you're messing around with, then it's just probably a shit test or just ignore. So, uh, one thing I learned from college, you need to snag them before winter, or else, yeah, you have to snag these girls if you're going to settle down or anything. Now's the time to act, guys. The weather's getting cold. Set up your dating apps. Like now's the time. Um, yeah, it does. Look, the temperature's going down, and there's less sun, and people feel more alone because the holidays just sucks for a lot of single people. Believe it or not. We have Elena. Hey, Nuke, how are you? I'm doing fine, Elena. How are you? Dang, I love listening to you because our generations are so different. What are you, Opium? I thought you were millennial like me. There were zero lonely girls in my generation. Well, the ones who were lonely were nasty. Yeah. Well, it's so crazy because I've seen women that are on dating apps for the past 2 or 3 years, and I see them pop up all the time. Like they make new accounts and they pop up, and I'm like, hey, it's been 3 years. Like, settle down. Like, what are you doing? And then there's girls that I see here in my apartment complex who I never see them with a guy. They're just constantly alone. I never see them holding hands. I never see a guy leaving their apartment. Nothing. It's just they're just a lonely career women their whole life. It's like, wow. Um, Elena says, "Are these girls in the epiphany phase?" Um, it's like a mini epiphany phase. It's a small dose of the epiphany phase, meaning that when the holidays come, it really exposes their loneliness and how a lot of the times how they don't have anyone themselves and how lonely it can be. You know, King Trust Issues, sup Nuke, what's going on, man? What's your avatar? Is that a dragon in the back? It's pretty cool. Elena says, "I'm not surprised to hear that." Actually, yep. Maybe to extract more resources for. Yeah, probably. Yeah, keep using protection, and if it's your girlfriend, that's maybe dump her. If she really means that, maybe dump her or something. But anyway, um, moving on, guys. Thanks for the comments, everyone. Uh, so how do we make this? How do we turn this to ourselves? Like, how do I use all this information to my advantage when I'm getting out there? Whether I want an LTR, whether I want casually date, whether I have a girlfriend already or I'm married, all that stuff, right? So this probably won't apply too much to married people because you guys don't really need to. You guys are already. It's for dating. Like you're actively trying to get women, right? So this is probably not going to be so much for married people or people in LTRs already. But I will say this is how. Okay, so the first issue is the comfort issue, right? A lot of times, as the holidays approach, women are trying to fast track you into a relationship, right? They're like, "Holy crap! Like it's the holidays. I don't want to be alone. Last holidays was really rough on me. I don't want to be alone. So what do I do? How I got to get this guy? Whoever guy I get, I'm gonna grab him. That's okay, guys, because I've met some really good women during the holidays, and it was I did get fast tracked really fast. And it was stressful, um, and I did get fast tracked into a relationship pretty fast, but um there was always this urgency on their part and they wanted to do comfort things. And here's the thing, like I always say, guys, first date always drinks. And if she doesn't drink or she's underage or something, then coffee. you know they're going to suggest pumpkin patches, they're going to suggest themed restaurants, Halloween themed things, they're going to suggest Christmas towns, right? While all those things are fun and all that stuff. And if a girl, there was a girl that's really attractive, right? But the thing is, you don't have a lot of time to build attraction with a girl in 2023, right? You need to move quickly. You need to spike her emotions. You need to let her know quickly, I'm not like these other guys. I'm trying to have sex with you right now. But this is the first day, but I'm trying to have sex with you right now, right? So if you push for sex early, when I say push, doesn't mean do anything illegal, guys. Please don't misinterpret that. But it means like you're showing her like, hey, I'm not gonna wait for you. I want you now. So she doesn't waste your time, you don't waste her time, right? So once the sex is out the way, then then different things open up, right? You excuse me. You start being able to open to more activities, right? So if you don't like the girl, realize that she's going to start pushing for comfort activities. Going to go get pumpkin spice lattes at 9 a.m. on a Sunday. Going to a Christmas town and having mulled wine at a little Christmas town. They pop up all over the place in the United States now. Going to pumpkin patches to go pick out a little pumpkin. That's boyfriend stuff, right? She has to earn that stuff. Remember, as a guy, you are the prize. Your relationship is the prize, right? You are the one that says, yes, I want to be with you, right? Not her. She doesn't get to decide where you're in a relationship or not. She can pressure you, but she cannot push the button, right? That's on you. So when she starts suggesting this too early, and you don't know her that well yet, guys, just put the brakes and like, hey, how about we go grab drinks, or how about you come over and we'll make cookies or something like that, right? Make me some cookies. And then once you start vetting her and you start like understanding that, hey, her intentions is to be my girlfriend. She is trying her best. She's in my frame and she's showing genuine desire, or at least the beginnings of it. Then, hey, yeah, we can start doing comfort activities. You can start doing um going shopping and putting up Christmas decorations in your apartment or house. You can start walking the dogs together on a cozy fall afternoon, right? You can start doing these things because those are now you are showing her, hey, this is what comes with being my boyfriend or being my girlfriend, right? Is comfort. I'm still attractive. I'm still going to be attractive, but also comfort, right? You don't give comfort away too early. That's what every guy leads with nowadays. You want to lead with sexy fun. And then once she understands that you're the sexy fun guy that she wants to be with, then you can start doing more comfort activities, right? And the holidays are very, very, it's just like this is how what women do when they want to fast track you into a relationship is that, yeah, you'll have sex with them, but then they'll start like, hey, let's go to pumpkin patch like 2 days later. Hey, let's go to the state fair. Hey, let's do all these like high let's do the haunted house. All these things that are like really for like couples that have known each other are now they're trying to make it like, like you guys are together. And that's that urgency, guys, because that when that December 25th comes, when that November, was it 28th or 22nd is Thanksgiving, when the October 25th comes and whatever holidays you celebrate comes, they want you to be there and check off that boyfriend box, right? And make sure she earns it, right? Do not take that away from her. She wants to earn being your girlfriend. If she doesn't, then she was never worth it to begin with. So, yeah. Let's see. Maybe she should have thought about it for the holidays. Would you recommend for the guys to use these girls? No, I don't. I mean, like I said, like you have to take into account is that women don't consciously think that a lot of the times the holidays it's just mother nature, right? Because to human beings, when it gets cold you want to stay inside more, and and when you stay inside more you see someone more, you want to hang out, you're in front of them more, you're around them more, so you're probably gonna want to have more sex, and then through sex is how people bond, and then eventually you have a relationship. That's how it goes, right? So don't like take this out on women. Like this is not really their fault, but at the same time, it is like a little mini epiphany phase where they just kind of like, oh, I gotta get a relationship quick, and they will fast track you. And realize, guys, that if she's doing all this stuff for you and she's really trying to hang out with you, and and you feel like you are the main character in the relationship and not her, she's not just trying to check a box. I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys can probably tell, then yeah, just let it happen. Like women love the holidays when they have a guy to spend it with, right? They'll want to do stuff. They want to bring you presents. Like last year, I got fast tracked into a relationship. I was like, what the heck? Like it's week one, and I'm already. She's already invited me to her violin concerts to watch her play, and I'm just like, I just met you, and we just had sex like the other day. Like what the heck? And then on Christmas Day, she gave me like $200 worth of gifts. You know, um, Christmas gifts, right? And that's what I call, guys, is her earning her position as girlfriend, right? She earned it. So that's what you want. They have more urgency. Yeah, we're just chilling. Like what? I've been alone my whole life, right? What's another holidays? It's okay. Anyways, um so yeah, and then we can get into the fast tracking you into a relationship. Like I was saying, they're gonna fast track you into a relationship. They're going to try to maneuver. Girls are really good at slowly getting you to funnel you into a relationship, right? Keep your options open. Keep your options open, guys. Don't just like, oh, I have to. Um, I have to focus on one girl. Don't do that. Keep your options open. Keep dating, and realize that she's going to most likely want a relationship, right? It's very few times in my life where I've been dating girls in October that really liked me, that weren't trying to like, oh, let's go do this cool boyfriend girlfriend activity, and I just like, hey, you all year you were casually dating other men, and now you want me to like settle down with you. I don't know, I don't know if I want to do that. So what happens is, um, as time goes on, the pressure to be in a relationship starts mounting, right? So she'll start baking for you, she'll start doing all these things, and then eventually you're gonna be like, okay, she is really putting in the effort. She really wants to be my girl. I know it's the holidays, but she's working. She's giving it a good shot. What is should I pop the question, right? Or should I take this the next step, right? As a guy, you're the one that you control the barrier to a relationship, so you can be like, okay, well, um, so, but like I would say 1 week after meeting her, and then she wants to meet your parents, that's a little too much, So, guys, proceed with caution. Remember to pump the brakes if things are going too fast, right? Your body, your choice. You don't want to be pushed into a relationship just because you felt like it was the right thing for her. Remember, what matters is what's right for you. And if you feel like what's right for you is just chilling, and then um not having to do all these activities with someone that just all of a sudden out of nowhere wants to be your girlfriend, even after a summer of partying and just hooking up with you, then you're allowed to be like, no, no, this is remain casual. Or if you feel like you met a girl and she is genuinely attracted to you, but she also is a joyful person who enjoys life and wants, and it looks forward to these things, right? Because also on the flip side of that, you want someone that loves life. You don't want to be with a girl that's just like, ugh, I hate the holidays. I'm not a super holiday guy besides Halloween. I love Halloween. But at the same time, you don't want to discourage when women are like decorating and excited and cooking. Like that's you want to be around people that love life and have a lust for life, because right now the theme for women is just I'm heartbroken and men suck. And I'm like, listen, like I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like tell me, like, how did you decorate your house? Like talk to me about other stuff. I don't care about the stupid men in your life. I don't, right? Like who wants to be around a person that's all they talk about, right? And that's the problem with girls these days, is that they are so obsessed with being lovable that they forgot how to be likable, right? And I realize in myself that for all the people that say I'm like a broken guy or whatever, the women that stay in my life the longest are the ones that are like happy. They see a flower and they're like, oh my God, look at this beautiful flower. They have this like joyous aura, that this lust for life. And so when it comes to holidays, I want them to bake for me. I want to go on walks with them. I want to enjoy the holidays because they enjoy it and they're happy. And yeah, of course, they're going to bring you some celebrity gossip. Maybe they'll bring some work gossip, whatever. That's okay. women are women, but at the end of the day, you don't want to discourage women from enjoying and being joyous and keeping you in the moment, right? Because while I'm thinking about this big project I have at work and about my parents' health and what this problem and all these problems, she's like, "Oh, try this cookie that I bought at the coffee shop. Oh, let's go have pumpkin spice lattes." And that, as a guy, that keeps you grounded. It makes you feel good, right? I am not an advocate against relationships, but I am an advocate against fake relationships or just being a placeholder boyfriend so she doesn't feel lonely on the holidays. And then come after February 14th, which is officially the end of cuffing season, um, you get dumped or you get, I mean, I like this guy. He was all right, but, like I didn't, you know, I just had him around because I felt lonely during the holidays. And you don't want to be that guy. You don't. King Trust Issue says, "Is the quick relationship during the holidays a status thing? Like, she'll be look better publicly if she has a BF?" Of course, yeah. Women's hierarchy to other women basically is, if you're married, you are like the top. Married with kids, and you don't have to work that you don't have to work that hard, and you're with a competent dude, then you are the top. And you see this on Twitter all the time. The women will status signal to each other. Um, there was a girl a couple months ago where I was walking my dog, and she approached me. She was walking her dog, and she approached me. Very beautiful girl. She was like my type. I was like, wow. And I talked to her and I asked for her Instagram, and she kind of hesitated. She's like, okay, here's my Instagram." And then for some reason, I never hit her up and I never talked to her. I don't know why. And then, or no, she had a boyfriend. That's what it was. And I'm like, wow, this girl's giving her Instagram to random men on the street. That's interesting. Then a month later, she gets engaged. And after she got engaged, it was like post after post of like, "Look at my ring, look at this thing I'm doing with the girls." And she had a group of girls with her. And it was just like this narcissistic look at me, status signaling to all her. I felt sorry for her friends who kept just, bragging to them like through pictures, like, "Look at me, we're shopping for this, we're getting the cake, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then, the little photo prompts just like, "Post your engagement photos." And every opportunity she would post them. And I'm just like, and guys, she was like 30. She had just hit 30 years old. So she stuck the landing barely, right? Luckily, she got married. And yeah, it's like one of those bridezillas. And she was signaling to her friends for months. And it's like, no wonder women hate each other, because they do this shit and it's so mean. They can't get engaged and not let the world know every single day, right? Like, they're basically status signaling. And the holidays are the same thing, right? If you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or sorry, if you don't have a girlfriend, sorry, if you don't have a boyfriend as a chick, um, then it shows that, another failed holiday season for them, and they won't admit this because they're pride, but like, it's, again, guys, I was in the military and I had to deal with this loneliness problem with myself and other sailors, because the holidays get lonely, right? Imagine for a girl who all her friends are off doing stuff all the holidays with their boyfriend and bonding and getting closer, right? While she is like struggling and dating and can't get a guy to take her seriously, right? It sucks, right? So don't, like I said, you are getting your revenge fantasy and you just don't know it yet. Um, Elena says, "Guys bear more responsibility and accountability for long-term committed relationships. She has to earn it." Exactly. She has to earn it. It's not, you don't give it away, because if you give it away, she's gonna think, "Oh, this guy's not that, not that high value or whatever." Uh, yeah, I don't think any girls want to be lonely during the holidays. Yeah, this is where it collides, right? Where like, "Hey, I've been partying, I want to be a bad bitch and party all summer." And then all of a sudden, uh-oh, here comes the holidays, loneliness. Like, here you go. Like, you failed to get a boyfriend. There you go. Opium millennial fitness would prefer. Yeah, it's the sedation, right? Netflix is sedation for women. Dogs are sedation for women. All these things are sedations for women because um they cannot get a man, right? Leia says, Nuke, you're such an idealist. Again, men love idealistically, women love men opportunistically. Yes. Daramo says, partly instinctual to women's version of storing nuts for the winner. Yeah, pretty much. Opium Tales, dude, once a woman gets pregnant, all her friends have to get pregnant. Yeah, it's crazy. So true. Status signal. Yeah, that's why I went viral the other day when I told that one chick was like talking about her perfect life with her perfect husband on her perfect anniversary, and um the and I just wrote, hey, like if you guys understand women, you will see that this is brutal to her followers. She's she's looking down on her followers and they're like, ha ha ha, you'll never have this. And then and you want to know, it gets worse because there was someone that commented on her post with her perfect evening, right? And um she the girl says, what if I'm with somebody I don't feel like this about? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. And obviously she gave BS advice that wasn't even good. But like Jesus Christ, it was rough. Like I was like, man, it was one of the saddest things I've read on X.com in a long time. Um, so yeah. Anyways, um, okay, so fast tracking, be wary. Also, guys, it's a good time for dating apps right now. Statistically speaking, in the data, it shows that dating apps right now are all time high. You're going to get a lot. You should be getting more matches if you have a good profile, if you put in the effort for a good profile, and all that stuff. So um, don't despair just yet. Set up your profiles. Have all types of dating apps, guys. I have Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, Facebook dating, Chispa, and that's it. Yeah, 5 dating apps, and across all of them I barely ever get lays on Chispa or meet women on Chispa. Bumble, I don't think I've ever had um luck with that I remember. I almost did, but I never have luck on Bumble. Although the girls on Bumble are very attractive. Hinge and Tinder are my main. Um and what was the other one? Facebook dating. It's a slow trickle for meeting women, but remember guys, like date for dating apps, you can complain all you want, but in reality, you're just doing this and you're swiping, and it's nearly 0 calories to do that. So why are you complaining, right? Um, yeah. So what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at. So the dating apps will get better. They should get, statistically speaking. So you'll have a lot more opportunities to meet women because women are in that, oh shit, I want to settle down, and that's okay. Uh, I would say I could do a show on my dating app strategies and maybe to help you guys and how I go about it. But I think that would have to be a day where I have to like sit down and write notes because I've been at this for like years. Yeah. So as time goes on, dating apps get better. More women will be it just they have women have an agenda. They want to settle down, right? That's okay. But remember, guys, ultimately, they have to earn it, right? She has to earn that pumpkin patch. She has to earn that picture of you two on her Instagram, right? Don't make it easy for her, right? If she wants to be in your life, she has to earn that spot. For every man, that's different. I did a video 2 days ago about female incompetence in relationships, right? That a lot of women are so good at telling men that we're childish and useless or whatever, but then you get in a relationship with them and it's just like you gotta teach them how to work out, you gotta teach them how to cook, you gotta teach them how to drive, you have to teach them how to treat their family members, you gotta teach them, um, you gotta be a therapist for them, you have to uh you got to teach them about sexual health. You got to teach them what medicine to take for what. You got to teach them. The only thing that really women really have down pat is I think it's cleaning sometimes. But there's so many things you have to teach them, and it's you start realizing that a lot of guys who finally get a little luck with women, they start realizing how not only were women not the way they thought they were also not as competent as they thought they were, right? So you're as a guy, you're self-made, you've learned all these things, you learn how to take care of yourself, you put on some muscle, you learn how to cook for yourself, you learn how to your finances, you learned how to get through your problems, you learn how to make relationships with people, and then you finally get to a girl, and then you realize like she has not developed half of these things. So instead of getting a girlfriend, you're getting a child, right? And that's that Sully Boo dynamic from Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. If you guys saw it, Sully was this big monster, well respected, very competent in his profession, which was scaring little kids so they can produce energy for their energy plant. And he was the top dog, right? In comes this little girl who comes in through the door. That's how the worlds interface, and he loses his mind. He can't focus on work. He's constantly chasing her around to make sure she doesn't get hurt. And he becomes very attached to her. And then, the whole movie is him trying to make her comfortable and save her. Right. And that's like the dynamic between relationships today with mostly incompetent women, where the woman is just living life and doing whatever she wants. She's partying in Miami. She's doing all these things. She's getting fat. She doesn't take care of herself. Her life's crazy. She doesn't know how to talk to her family. She doesn't know how to, there's so many things she doesn't know how to do, because there's always a man there to have taken care of it for her. That when you inherit this problem, you're just like, holy crap. Like, all this talk about how great women are and how like perfect they are. And now I have to teach her, hey, you cannot have a unicorn frappuccino every day. It's expensive. Plus, it has like 600 calories. You can't have that. Hey, you have to walk every day. You can't just sit inside and watch Netflix. You have to move. You have to do something. Hey, those exercises during the gym are useless. You need to do these. Hey, you want to have unprotected sex with me? You have to start um eating healthy, because 2 years before, the CDC, some health organization says, hey, 2 years before the pregnancy, start eating healthy and building your nutrients up in your body for when you get pregnant, right? That's what, and you guys, but it's just, do you really want that problem? That's for every man to decide, because for the most part, every woman I've dated seriously, it's been like I have to teach her. It's like I'm teaching a child, because we have so little expectations of women. We never tell them the truth. Every guy who gets with them is just happy to get laid. And then when she finally manages to grab you in a relationship, you're just like, what the hell? Like, do you not know these things? But anyway, yes. All right, let me hit some of these. Um, that would be cool. I'd love to see how you select women. Well, I just go on dating apps and swipe if I like what I see. I tend to avoid women um, who I tend to avoid women who seem very crazy or very unhinged on these dating apps. I tend to avoid fat women. I tend to avoid women that are super ghetto or ratchet. And I tend to avoid women that dress terrible. That's for me. I don't need you to dress super nice, but if you dress all crazy, or I don't want to be seen on the street with you, right? So, uh, yeah. So true, Nick. Women are pretty worthless today. I wouldn't say worthless. It's just like they need so much training. You got to train them, because no guy has ever stood up and said, "Hey, you know, I had two women today. I had two women today just sitting in my blind spot." Yeah, Captain Sabo. Yeah, booty scratcher. Hello, my friend Nuke. I've been growing through shit, teaching a girl and lowering her anxiety about moving towards me, but she keeps running as a cope. Thinking about letting her go. It could be that you haven't like toned down the alpha. You've made it pretty obvious that maybe you have other women. You made it pretty obvious that you're very aloof, right? If you really like a girl and she's doing the right things, you can tone down the alpha a little bit. That means, don't make it so obvious you're seeing other women. Kind of like talk to her and ask her about her day. You can tone down the alpha, right? As long as she's doing her job as your girlfriend and she respects you and she has genuine desire, you can tone down the alpha a little bit and be, have that mixture of alpha and beta, that comfort, right? And then whenever you find a little sweet spot of both of those things, then you can proceed with the relationship. That's probably what happens, right? Um, anyways, 1 second, guys. Sorry. So we're back. So essentially, that's where we're at. Um, be wary of the fast tracking through the holidays. She's going to try to pull you into boyfriend and girlfriend activities without having earned them a lot, because women, you know, it's that time of year where they just try to lock you down. It's cuffing season, right? Talked about this. And the last point I want to make, guys, is clothes. Right now, this is a good opportunity to show off some good fashion as a man. So during the summer, all you can wear, like if you're going to the pool, tank top, you know, if you're going out and about, maybe some jeans and a shirt and some boots. But now we can start wearing outer layers. So this is an opportunity to look really good and attract good attention at the bars, right? When you take a girl out. So, start getting a pea coat, maybe get your pea coat in order, go get it tailored, right? Tailoring pea coats is a little expensive because the material is so thick, but trust me, a man that looks good in were you pulling up to a date in a pea coat and nice clothes, that's a really good first impression. I bet you all the guys in there, they're probably going to be in hoodies, or they're going to be in these like oversized or undersized jackets. So really look at your fashion, because right now this is the time. Get yourself a good pair of boots, right? Like some nice brown boots. Um, Take care of your fashion, because that's going to be a big statement, right? Because now is the time you can really show off your look, because right now you're going to be covered. You can't show off your muscles. Maybe your forearms are going to be covered. Maybe your everything is you're gonna be everyone is more covered, right? There's less a need to show off. Uh, but when it comes when it comes to like fashion, that's where the muscles go away, because they can't see them. So now you got to up the fashion, right? So a pico with a pop collar, and a nice pair of boots, and tailored jeans, man, killer look. Everyone's gonna look at you like, man, who is this guy? He's very well dressed, right? And that has helped me tremendously. So I can do a whole show on that. If I have time tomorrow, we can talk about outerwear for the holidays, and I can do a fashion Friday, and we can talk about that stuff. But basically, guys, that's all I have in a nutshell. Um, those are your holiday dating strategies. Understand where they're coming from and how to act. Be careful with women trying to fast track you into relationships that haven't earned it. Now, if she's busting her ass and she's really trying hard, and you like her and she's a good gal, like you can tone down the alpha and start doing the pumpkin patch. You can start doing the haunted house. You can start doing the Christmas parties. You can start putting the decorations up together. That's okay. We're human beings. We like to bond, right? But make sure she earns it. Don't take yourself for granted. Women have been taking you for granted all year. Don't let this be the same. You know, I've been getting flaked on all year because girls want to go to pool parties. They want to go to the Drake concert. They want to go to the pool, to this club. I've been getting, taken it for granted and ignored all year. So why is this now any different, right? Just because now you feel like you're out of time, right? So make sure she earns it. Have some high standards and enjoy the holidays. And guys, if you feel lonely during the holidays, make sure you reach out to people. You're not your ego may not help want you to, but it is a lonely time for everyone, right? Take care of each other. Ask people, get closer to people, especially people you don't see as much, that are your family or your friends, right? Because during this time of year, a lot of people feel a crushing loneliness, especially after the pandemic, where people just stop caring about everyone else, right? So please reach out if you are feeling lonely. Not even to me, right? Because I'm just a guy on a screen, but the people in your own circle, right? A lot of people get really lonely. A lot of people, a lot of divorced people are experiencing their first holidays alone. A lot of broken up people that had a good girlfriend during this time are not, getting nothing but memories, right? So be easy on yourself, have fun, and try to stave off the loneliness by doing things with other people and being around other people, right? To the best you can. So so anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I had a girl who was about to come over, but she canceled because she's got to do some stuff. So that frees up my evening to go do my stuff I want to do for me. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for the chats. I'll fix the super chat stuff by Tuesday, so I'll be able to get more super chats from you guys. Anyways, thank you for your time, and I am out.